smudged me.
All right, sister, we made it happen. Thank you for being here. I'm Indigo. This is Caroline. And so we spoke yesterday for the first time properly, didn't we, sister? And you've kind of shared some amazing things. And we felt it was important to just have this conversation because many people will find value in the things that you're going to share over the next hour. And I'm going to be kind of quiet. I'm normally the one that speaks the most, but I just want to open this space so you can share what you found, what you're discovering, what you're alchemizing, what you're going through. And I'll just drop in my 2 cents when I get some thoughts come to me, if that's okay.
Lovely, brilliant, and hopefully our technology works. Yeah, so basically, I'm just a mum who's just regained her power and sovereignty through Gnostic knowledge, alchemy, and astral yoga. Um, to put it just in a nutshell, I'm going to be using my notes because I don't want to miss out any information. But yeah, so just going to be sharing my research, and I think it's research like definitely your followers will be aware of. A lot of it they'll be aware of, and maybe some of it they're not so um, knowledgeable of. But what I'm trying to do is just bring all this information together because we are going through a really stage, of awakening. The whole, all of us, and some of us, still haven't, managed to
Yeah.
reach that stage yet. So yeah, I think we need to bring it together, keep on talking about it and sharing what we know, basically. So
So you said there was three pillars there. You said alchemy, Gnosticism, and astral yoga. Yeah, these are the three keys that have liberated you. It sounds like. Have you gone through a shift recently? Was it to do with 2020? What kind of made you start to realize these things?
it started. I had my own business during COVID, and I was being delivered tests after tests after tests, and I realized that actually, oh, this isn't right. Who's paying for all these tests? And it sort of just snowballed from there. And so, yeah, spiritual awakening, Gnostic knowledge, everything, very quickly. And but it's made it all very real, and how I've protected myself and my family, because I think there's a lot of people out there who are very scared, very worried, and they just don't know what to do.
Mm.
And um, I think I do. I'm not special anyway. We're all special. We're all very powerful, and that's what I want to do. I want to just share. I just want to share that power we've got, so we can protect ourselves and hopefully beat this system ultimately.
Well, a lot of people, Caroline, they do feel like, this is the end days, it's Armageddon, there's no hope, why bother? Let's just go into anarchy and panic mode. But I feel why I'm resonating with what you're saying is because I also feel I've got the keys to our liberation. I also know that there's a way out. I know that I did not incarnate into hell to lose without having the tools to liberate myself, my family, my friends, my people, my generation, my culture. So I am actually completely convinced we've already won, in fact. But we're just on that path now. So take it away. Let's go.
Let's go. Right. So, from my research and my Akashic knowledge, I believe that our ancient ancestors were Tartarians, and they were overthrown by the Khazarians,
Yes, yes.
Kazarian Empire, which is still in control today.
Yeah.
And they're an alien race, I think, from a distant star system, probably Palladium, from millennia ago. I think they call themselves the Anunnaki. I don't think there's a link there, but they are the Rothschilds, and
Can I
they're
just stop you there? Sorry, I'm going to do this a few times. I love this. People love to say that I'm a Palladian and I'm channeling the Pallades. In my opinion, you're channeling some Archon demons. You think you're some
not
part of some new age spiritual community with the Galactic Federation, and you're actually invoking demons.
fake. They're fake. You've got this is what I want to do now.
Yes!
I literally want to, right, put it out there. Who is fake? Who's fake as AF, right? I'm not going to swear. And who is, and what, this is why I'm going to share these reels as well, because there is, and even in the fake people, they are dangerous because they are sharing truths and that we're consenting to. So, the Kazarians, yeah, so the Rothschilds, they are the shield of Ra. So they are protecting what the Anunnaki put in place. They're worth 7 trillion, but money is a fake concept. But that's basically, they have everything, they own everything, everything. So, and they are flesh and blood and they are consciousness. They're the same as us, but they're controlled by a demonic force called the Demiurge. The Gnostics call it the Demiurge. Some people call it Satan. Some people call it Baal. It's the same thing. So I'm going to now share the sorry the findings of astro theologist, Santos Bonacci. He really sums it up here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, while
sorry.
you're finding that, I'll just say, so yeah, I've been researching into Gnosticism, kind of like the original Christians, from what I can tell, and no wonder the system has removed all of their sacred knowledge, because it's powerful when you start learning about Sophia, the Christos, all of these different concepts. It's incredible.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, here we go. Let's listen to him.
Presentations are based on magnetism and astrology. It's the science of understanding magnetism. They have, at CERN, they have technology that what they're doing is they're creating vortices, portholes, wormholes to hyperspace or counter space. Ken Wheeler likes to use the word counter space, so do I. Quantum physicists call it hyperspace. Philosophers call it the metaphysical. Some people call it the supernatural. We have the natural world, what we can see, and then we have the supernatural, which is invisible. All of those words mean the same thing. The magnetic world is spiritual, invisible. The electrical world is physical, visible, tangible, and it is temporal, which means it's not eternal. You will die, I will die, this house will crumble, the earth eventually will dissolve. All of the forms that you've ever seen, all the beautiful girls, all the beautiful trees, beautiful mountains, good-looking men, good-looking animals, all of them will transition through the electrical wave, time-space, reality, simulation, and then go back to the magnetic, counterspatial, true world, which is virtually exactly the same as this world, but the activity there is transcendental. It's not physical. So you don't have any conditions. Here we are conditioned. We have to go to the bathroom. We have to eat. We have to go to work. We have to sleep. There's so many things we are conditioned and limited by that we have to do. What they're doing at CERN is what the Freemasons do with their technology. They make egregores. They open wormholes to bring transdimensional evil beings that resonate at their frequency, so that is now their God, and they follow the orders of that God. You see, we think George Soros and Klaus Schwab and the Clintons and Kissinger and all of these guys are running the world at Davos and the CFR and the Bilderbergers and the Jesuits, but they have their boss, and they actually invited that boss. Well, it's a bit of both. That boss, that demon entity, was attracted to this earth because humans have souls. We're like a battery. We're like an energy source for these parasitic demon entities that actually work through the elite family bloodlines. So they've got bosses as well. I mean, they're in the same trap. They're like wardens of a jail. They're still in the jail. You know, if you've got the top position in the jail, it doesn't matter because you're still in jail, you know. So everyone's in jail by this egregore.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty bad, but yeah, that's what we all need to know. Yeah. So when they did overthrow us, they revised our DNA, reduced our life expectancy, destroyed our ESP, and trapped our eternal consciousness in this ethereal realm.
I just want to say there, when it comes to trapping our eternal consciousness in the New Age scene, people see this tattoo and this image a lot. It's this so-called flower of life, which is a false image of the flower of life, by the way. It is a flat 2D, like it's not basically, it's supposed to represent the Taurus field, the flower of life, which is a three-dimensional thing. And and everyone in the New Age society, they think this is the flower of life, and it's actually a representation of that incarnation trap which they keep you in. And everyone's like, doing these big sacred events with this, and it's actually called Metatron's Daisy of Death. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before. Metatron's Daisy of Death. So and so on my arm I've actually got the Buddha sitting on top of that, where he had his emancipation, to show that he's actually above that Saha world. So I completely resonate with what you're saying.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, definitely. So it used to be a beautiful world to live in. It used to be high frequency. We used to be able to choose to remain or ascend, but they stopped all that. And the Archons, which is just another Greek word for officials, there's nothing special, they're criminals basically, created soul traps, which is just technology, and it harvests our consciousness in the quantum field.
Yeah.
And this technology is being exposed now. They're sharing all this with us because they're going to end this system. So they don't care, right? They want us to know. They want us to consent. So this technology is now being exposed and patented by DARPA. It's already been rented, but they're making out just that. Captures our consciousness and stores it in quantum computers. Because this time, there's always resets. The last, I think, every 5,000 years, because it's when people awaken. It's every so many years, or when the society starts awakening, it becomes uncontrollable. The last one was a flood. This one is through electromagnetic frequencies, I'm afraid. It's very scary. Jabs as well, but estimations are, and this is probably well below estimate, there's 2 billion people dead, and counting from all this, pollution and everything. But instead of like before, they would reincarnate our bodies into biological forms, they're storing this consciousness ready to merge us with machines by 2045, which people know about, but I'm just giving a more, cohesive understanding of it. And then, so they have to do this because they can't survive without us. And I'll just share like another reel with you that does go further into this.
I think a lot of people, Caroline, they might know intellectually what's happening with CERN and Elon Musk and the transhuman agenda, but they don't actually really, there's still so much cognitive dissonance. They don't know about the nanotech in all of the cloud seeding that we're breathing in. They've never heard of methylene blue or ways to counteract it. They don't truly actually understand that it's happening at such a rapid rate. Most people still don't even know how to open ChatGPT. They have no idea what's happening, and it's happening really rapidly. And you're really tying this up beautifully, by the way, how this is all going.
I'm trying with this technology. So let's have a look.
And just to say, everything to do with CERN, what you're saying, the new Superman movie, by the way, the 2025 new Superman movie is all about Israel, Palestine, and then the CERN and the colliders. It's all about
the princess, in there.
Yeah. So you've seen it, Caroline. The new
Superman. Yes,
yeah. The new Superman movie. It's so and just to let everyone know, this is what Gary Waterman, ex-policeman, 18 years. He's confirmed everything. He's confirmed that the Church of Satan, Elon Musk, and the 5G towers in the UK are all connected to CERN. There's a deep agenda and everything. Like people are always really worried about nuclear weapons, which in my opinion,
separation of powers. There's no separation of powers at all.
No. And this is and people, like I was just saying, so people are really concerned about war and nuclear weapons when the real weapons are stuff like CERN, and they have no idea what they're doing in there. They've got the Shiva temple right outside the Shiva statue right out of the Destroyer of Worlds. So anyway, keep going. Yeah, I'm fully here, man.
They had the ceremony, didn't they? So
yeah.
When they opened it.
All right, so we're watching some Billy Carson. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, he's changed a lot, but
he's definitely gone through a breakdown recently. I'm gonna be honest, but we'll listen.
Yeah. I mean, he's speaking the truth, but whether he's sharing it to consent us, that's another matter now. But anyway,
learning and trying to figure out how to transfer our mind into a robot. That's something that they've been working on for a little while now. In the DARPA program, they have something called the Avatar Project. So they've been working on having soldiers' minds symbiotically connected to field robots and also drone technology, so they can actually do it through thought consciousness, a conscious link. And in Russia, they have the 2045 project where they actually set a monkey's mind into a computer. The monkey's body is dead. The monkey thinks it's still alive inside the computer. And now they've already said they've connected consciousness to a robot. And now they're saying by 2045 to be able to do it from the body into a cloned avatar or into a synthetic being. We're just now learning.
Yeah, so
wow.
That's disgusting, isn't it? Like vile.
And it's everything we're seeing in the Hollywood movies. Like I said, the Superman, everything. It's about, it's like humans controlling like AI robots or drones through intuitive technology. So yeah, 100% happening in front of our face.
Yeah. And it's breaking, cosmic law. But anyway, but there is good news. There is they have a computer, a quantum computer, and it's called Looking Glass, which you're probably aware of. And this foretold that humanity always awakens, no matter what parameters they set, no matter what scenarios they input.
Yeah.
We always awaken, and their system always collapses. So there has been a whistleblower on that as well. So I just wanted to share that info with you, with your followers as well, because it's very interesting.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, we've got quite an active amount of people live on TikTok watching this. We've had up to a max of 90 people at one moment. So yeah, this is great.
That's good.
Thank you, everyone. Big Eve, spreading that love for me. Thank you. We're on 10,000 likes already. People are loving it.
Here we go.
What happened was people, very smart people, began to figure out that something big was coming up. Something that made it so all the possibilities of all the future scenarios of any choice, any possibility that was fed in and observed through the looking glass inherently ended up in the same future. And no decision, no possibility changed past a certain point. That's the big secret. All possible timelines lead to the same basic set of history in the future. That is what sends everybody that has all of the information, that knows everything, into a blind panic. The people that know everything about Looking Glass, that have gotten all the reports and all the information, the elites of the world, probably figured out that that was the end of the game. And nothing could be manipulated beyond that point. When I was in the military, it would have been before 97 when I got in trouble. One of my particular areas that I was amazingly intuitive about is problem solving / mission planning, or more specifically, taking a bad mission and fixing it. Certainly knowing how string theory and possible futures works makes it so you can work your mind very quickly to see the reality of what's happening and decide what decisions need to be made to change it for a particular outcome. At a certain point, after they're done hearing the computer tell them, this is what's going to happen over and over and over and over again, all they become focused on is, how do we fix it? What I do know is that I was called in and asked to solve this problem, this timeline contraction problem. And I eventually did my due diligence and did all the investigating, and basically only had one piece of information, and that was reinforcement. The computer's right. The timelines will contract down to some inevitable thing. There is an inevitable event. It's been forecast, it's been predicted, it's been fed to us in a slop trough of what they want us to believe will happen. They don't actually have control over what happens. They only have control over the reaction, and it seems that no matter what they try to do to cause their desired reaction, it's going to have an opposite effect. Much, much easier for me to explain today what that process is as opposed to back then. If I had to give it a name, I would say it's the awakening process. It's an evolution of consciousness that cannot, will not, and no matter what decisions or possibilities are injected into the equation, eventually it all resolves down to us all learning the truth and becoming aware of this massive dam of lies that has been built that keep us from knowing massive volume of information that we should otherwise possess.
Yeah. So, oh, sorry.
So if I'm right, is that basically just saying we've won? No matter what happens, there's no absolute possible, there's no way of losing.
I wish it was so, but I do think because there's so many unawakened, I do think they will do it. I think it's coming, like this because they're so powerful in this realm. That's the thing, it's a problem, and we are weakened.
What's coming, Caroline? What do you mean? Like
Means
a mud flood, some kind of major shift? What are you suggesting?
I just think control, social control. Um, and they will merge the unawakened with machines. So but and what they're doing, like so they do this with their rituals, their logos, symbols, subliminal messaging, and it's so powerful. And we need, because it's just the system, but they have to they're breaking cosmic law, and they are breaking universal law. So the way they get around this as well is what Gary Mortman was talking about through the rituals of the child sacrifices. And this is because they get three things out of specifically that is one is the loosh harvesting from the fear they create from the ritual, the abuse, and then another thing is like they put their bodies back into the food system, and that makes us consensual, I'm afraid, knowingly or unknowingly. That's the biggest thing. So cosmically we are as guilty as them. So this is it's really hard to break their system. And but as I say, this time, instead of reincarnating us into physical biological forms, they're doing it with machines. And I think it might take millennia. It might take another, I think, I know that this
I can tell you now, it's no way it's going to take a millennia. No way. The awakening's happening rapid. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's hardly any people. Yeah, but all it takes is a small amount of people.
8%, yeah. But what was I going to say?
And also because these people, the powers that be, they've lost their power. We've moved into a sun cycle. We've moved into a time.
The age of Aquarius, but how big is the age of Aquarius? That's the thing. Is it going to be another?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Caroline. We are at the first ones. It's a 2,000 year plus period. It's we are definitely the first ones. It's going to be heavy work. We're the trailblazers, the pioneers. We're in the vanguard. We're the ones that are we're like 1 foot in the age of Pisces, 1 foot in the age of Aquarius. Or whatever you want to call these ages. Other people have different words for them. And it is going to be heavy work. We're the first ones to emancipate ourselves from this mental slavery. But we're seeing unity, love, cooperation, off-grid communities. We're seeing a whole new benevolent sovereign timeline, common law. We're seeing all of this happen in only a few years, rapidly. So that's the only reason I would say I don't think it's going to take millennia.
Hopefully not.
But it might take millennia for the people that choose that negative timeline, for the people that remain, in this like cyborg life. I think that's also going to be successful and go forward as much as it can. We just won't be part of that at all.
True. But I just think as well, like, I think we need to convince people what is happening as well. So I just want to share another experience. Because people just don't believe it, because there is like a synthetic grid that covers this planet that just creates disbelief in these methods they're using.
I've recently come to realize that it's a false matrix. The 5G towers, all connected to the Elon Musk and Church of Satan, are starting to amplify that false matrix. It's a different dimension. It's where the Archons are in. And it's getting stronger and stronger to some extent. But also our timeline is getting stronger and stronger. Love and community and.
That's why I want to do this, because I was going to give up. I was going to say, look, I'm going to save myself, save my family, look after ourselves. But I do know that it doesn't take everyone. It takes a few of us, it takes, but, it's 8% of the world's population is a lot. So we do have work to do, so.
Yeah. Oh, it's serious work. And this is why the Archons, the Rothschilds, they created this new age psyop so that people become passive, like Q. Let's all just wait for the plan. Let's all wait on Donald Trump, whatever it is. Let's do nothing. Let's just pray on a dream.
100%. You've got these false prophets as well. You see them online and it's like, yeah, guys, this is like, oh, groovy. It's not groovy. You've got work to do. We've got to use alchemy. We've got to use astral yoga. We've got to use intentions. You've got, so I want to...
for sure, because these Freemasons, they're coordinating themselves every single full moon, every single new moon. They're doing their rituals. And so we need to use magic. We need to bust down to...
We are magic. We are more powerful. We are. But I just wanted to share this poor girl's story, because this is real. I don't care what anybody says. This is real, and it's so horrific.
Okay, feel free to, please.
Yeah.
us. He started.
Killed a man
You're not
at a
sharing the
ceremony
screen.
Yeah.
in front of you.
I'm not sharing now.
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. Not great with technology again.
We've got the potential Queen of England, by the way, watching this live right now on TikTok.
Oh, cool.
Vanessa
I know her.
Emery.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know her, but I've heard of her.
Yeah.
Sharing now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Lovely. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's all good. Big Eve, thank you for the clicking, man. I freaking love you. 20,000 likes.
At a ceremony
Yeah.
in front of you.
Yeah, in front of all of us. He started screaming when they began to cut. After a while, he died. I'd seen a few killings before then.
Let me get this right now. Are you saying that you saw more than one person killed in that house?
Yeah. I've seen loads of babies killed there. Just newborn babies. Or aborted ones, which were only small. 4-year-olds. Any age, really.
What little girl?
My little girl, Alex. She's about 4 now.
You mean you had a child?
Yeah.
How old were you when you had that child?
11.
Motherhood at the age of 11.
Never talked.
But from what Teresa told her mother, it wasn't the only pregnancy. What would happen to the fetuses, the unborn babies?
They used to be taken away most of the time. And one time, baby was taken out of me and then killed in front of me. But we were also made to eat it.
You were made to eat your own fetus?
Yeah.
How did they get rid of the bodies?
They had a tub, pretty big, I don't know, a very big tub, and they used to put the bodies and bones in there. And it used to go like, fizzy and that.
They killed a man at a ceremony.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? Yeah, most people aren't
Not
really
funny.
most people ain't ready for these
a lot of
videos, man.
people
No.
are pretending we're not in a war, in the middle of a war.
Oh, just pause that video if you can.
And a couple of years.
Great. Yeah. If you want to stop sharing the screen, but yeah, most people aren't ready for them videos. I talk about the Hampstead Heath one, another massive eye-opening situation when people listen to the brother and sister that exposed what happened in Hampstead Heath, and Keir Starmer tried to stop that story getting out. That's why our chief of staff in the UK is a PDF protector and nasty government.
Have you watched the James English report on Madeleine McCann?
I've watched. No, I don't think I've watched that specific James English one.
Yeah, God, he has an interview with an investigator, private investigator, and it's all to do. That's the government stepped in to help them. They unalived her. And Gary's exposed. I would have to watch that to see if it confirms what Gary's saying. But yeah, the whole Madeleine McCann thing is all part of the fraud. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's
horrific. So yeah, we need to protect ourselves because they are complete, evil. And I think, I've got a list I can share with people of because I did train as a journalist. I went at university, but then I just became a teacher. But I do have that background, and so I really am up on information. Facts. So we have to state the main things we have to state and give intentions to are radiation frequencies, bioweapons, directed energy weapons, and mind control.
Oh my God, Carolyn, it's so nice to hear someone say these things boldly, man. Come on.
Yes. You have to say it every day. You have to say it 3 times a day. I've told my daughter, she's only 12, but as soon as you wake up and you look at that phone, that's you getting. You need to cover your camera as well, because I've got. I should. Yeah,
it's taking photos of us via the infrared all the time. 5 seconds, yeah.
And it's just affecting our brainwaves, and it's consensual, and it's like I don't. So I've got a list of things I have to say every day, and intentions, and I do say them in a spiritual way as well. I don't consent to low emotional states that enable programmable union resonance frequencies. Instead,
Karen, say that again slightly slower. You're speaking fast.
Yeah, I say it quick because I can't say so many every day. I don't consent to low emotional states that enable programmable human resonance frequencies. Instead, I'm the highest frequency of unconditional love. So it is, so it shall be for eternity. So
Nice.
you can say them in more spiritual ways, but you do have to, be saying, especially when you're watching the information about what they're doing as well, because there's a lot. I see them. I'm very intuitive, and I can see straight away who's real, not. And there's not many real people. That's why I contacted you, because you definitely are.
Yo, that means the world to me. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, you're amazing. So, so just going on to the more spiritual side now, because that was horrible, but we have to deal with it.
Okay, yeah, this is the second half now.
Yes. Let me just see. Yes. This book, it's not cheap. It's expensive. It's quite expensive. It's £30.
It's called Advanced Astral Physics by who? Who's the
David G. Little?
Okay.
He is. He's a yogi master. He's got 45 years experience. He's Australian, and he's Swami Muntamari Saraswati. That's his yogi name.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is just an academic text. It's full of equations, but it's equations to ascension, and so you read the first bit, the part, and it's got how to reach the Zen states by collapsing time and space, and I literally did it straight away. I think he does say women are a bit more able, but
in tune with it. Yeah
the divine feminine or something, but it was like groundbreaking. Like it was wow, and now it's happening. I think I've come to the Zen. So it's time and space times collapse divided by mastery equals Zen. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but that is what I'm at now already. So, and he's got some beautiful mantras in there. You can it's like may the stars awaken, may the genome remember, when we become the words in which the stars speak. So you need to do this. This is like the Christ consciousness they're talking about. It's Christ, his message was subverted in the Bible. He said, my rod and my staff will comfort me, and that is your spine and your sasrara, your crown chakra. You can ascend the toroidal magnetic field and connect with your astral body. That's what you need to do when we pass. So that ascension, that is what they're trying to stop, because they cannot survive without us. So it's all hidden, but this kind of work that you're protecting yourself from being subliminally attacked. And honestly, it's so healthy for you as well, your brain, especially with all these radiation frequencies around us.
So is this a physical yoga act as well?
No, it's all mind. It's yoga of the mind. That's what I thought. I was thinking, when am I going to start standing up and doing a yoga move? Yeah. And then it finally dawned on me. I thought,
wow, okay.
So I just wanted to share with you another clip about that, highlighting that, what that sort of means. Let me go back. So sorry.
And Caroline, when did this shift happen for you? Did it all kind of come with this book? Was this one of the most powerful parts of your shift, or enlightenment, shall I say?
Oh, it's hard to say. I started to sort of listen to Tibetan bowl music in the car, and I was like getting this buzzy feeling, and I thought, if I got a headache or something? And it was sort of natural and gradual, but
okay. But would you say it's in the last 5 years?
Yeah. Well, no, less than that. I mean, the whole awakening, yeah, but
Wow, incredible.
Yeah, it's been amazing. That's why I feel compelled to do this. But
you took the red pill straight away, didn't you? Like straight in.
I think I took it from birth, but yeah.
All right, let's
elevate yourself to the second stage of consciousness. That's what baptism is. It has nothing to do with real water. It has to do with the identification, the symbol that's used to identify the second stage of consciousness. You must raise your consciousness, and the only way you can do that, there is no other way you can do it in the world, is through meditation. You start to rise
into that which is the truth of what was taught to you by Jesus, what was taught to you by Buddha, what was taught to you by Krishna. You must rise into the second stage of consciousness. When you do, you're baptized. When you rise into that second stage of consciousness, you're baptized. There must be water. There must be a flood inside of you, and it must cleanse away all of the confusion, the interrelationships that you had with the world, with the systems, and so forth and so on. All of these things have to be purged away, and it only can be purged away by water. So when you take your mind, you enter into the water, which is meditation, you will then find that as you rise out of the second stage of consciousness, you will rise up into the third stage of consciousness, which is air, which frees you from thought. In that third stage of consciousness, there is no thought. And let me tell you something. This is a scientific principle. Here, at this point of the earth, the mind is in what is called beta, about 26 cycles per second. Okay? As you energize and start to move upward into the second stage of consciousness, your mind starts to move into that area called alpha, which is about 14 cycles per second. When then you rise further up past the air into that which is the fire, you go into that which is called theta, which is approximately 8 cycles per second. And then you reach that which is called delta, and you are at about 4 cycles per second. 4, 8, 14, 26. Okay. This is a normal thing here, and the normal thing has to be changed. In other words, what all this gobbledygook in the Bible is about is that you've got to reduce the number of cycles per second in your brain from 26 down to at least 14. Must elevate.
Beautiful. Wow. So there's a lot of these esoteric teachings, the Bible and stuff. It's actually coded, you know, and the Archons, and they took away the Gnostic knowledge, and then they've kind of created this false version Matrix Bible where, you know, people don't even know about these things, and so, you know, they don't know that the Great Flood is actually a Great Flood that happens within you. Sometimes, you know, they don't realize that the resurrection is your, you know, the Christ oil going up the 33 vertebrae of the spine. All of these potential different things, you know, it's quite interesting.
And also the cross is Om. That's the sound they're terrified of.
The cross like this, or the Ankh, the real Ankh. So like, obviously this is a cross, right? We have this in like the Rasta in community.
Oh, yeah, that's Egyptian, isn't it? Yeah, but no, I mean like a cross. And it's not the cross like the cross it's presented, but I'll show you. There's a video here of cymatics of throat singers, and they get to the Om bit, and you see it in the water. I'll just share that with you now.
Well, yeah, I was a member of Bhakti Marga before I became a Buddhist with Sri Swami Vishwanda, and I was teaching Om, and and Om is the primordial sound of the universe to some extent. It's one of the base chords of the universe, so it is pretty powerful.
Sound, yeah, it's.
Big up yourself, A Flyer. I see you. People are loving this, man. People are deeply resonating. I can't read all the comments, but
get this to work. Yes, hopefully. Oh, where is it? Here it is.
All right, let me spin this for the people. We got
Mongolian throat singing.
You need to share your screen. Share your screen.
See, not experienced yet.
Someone's last comment. Wow, this is so deep. I can really feel this. Wow.
Good.
You're doing it, Caroline, man. You're helping bust people through, and
I'm getting there. If I can get technology to work. Yeah, here we go.
A1 Flyer, thank you for the repost, man. Amazing. Cool.
Mongolian throat singing visualized through water.
So you can see the cross appearing. That's the frequency we need to ascend. That's the Earth's field.
Sorry, Caroline, just to say you can't speak while the video because we can't hear your voice. So what was you saying? You were saying that was the frequency needed to ascend.
Yeah. So that is the you know, the frequency. That's the Earth's, as you just said, Earth's frequency, magnetic resonance.
The primordial sound of the earth. Yeah. That if like potentially if Sophia, like the from Gnosticism, or Mother Earth, Gaia, was a frequency or sound, it would sound a bit like And is contained within the sound that I chant. I don't chant anymore specifically. I chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and but is also contained within that
exactly.
Sound, so,
yeah, because that's what David G. Little goes on about. He's created this new practice, and he has 12 letters, and it's Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and then he's also got another little chant, and he has other techniques in here. But yeah, the Om is always first, and it really, you could just do Om and it happened, but.
Well, you feel it when even if you go to like a basic yoga class or something like that, and everyone just does a basic 3 Oms at the start or the end, just after meditation or Vipassana or something, and everyone just does Om, and there is just a serene, still grounded feeling that instantly happens, because it's just like shaking off any density in the air. It's like walking around doing some Palo Santo. You can cleanse spaces with sound frequency for sure.
You have to do it with intention though. Like he really does help you. Like he says, you sit like you're on an axis. So this is space. Space is the astral, and time is the physical. And you sit there, and you have to really give intention. And like you give intention to your chakras areas, like you visualize them. You visualize it in the quantum field, because it's not just a matter of going oh, it's not working. It's like there is a technique, and that's why I do sort of like recommend for having teachers help you do it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to I don't want to finish it because this is amazing, but I just wanted to share the rest of Santos Bonacci's message.
Please
if
do.
Possible.
Yeah.
Rounds everything up. Back to the sharing process. I hate this. That's it. Where are we? Are we sharing?
Yeah, your screen sharing. And is just while you're doing this, is Facebook your main kind of port of contact? Is that where you are mostly?
Yes, I mean I'm older. I'm trying to get into Instagram. I want to start a page as well. I think because I had so much interest, and everyone was like, "Where can we follow you? Can we make friends?" And I was like, "Oh."
I would suggest TikTok. If you're going to do one, I would suggest TikTok over it. Yeah, the quality of the followers on TikTok are much higher. Yes, Chris. And like say if I put a post on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, bare friction, bare density on Instagram in the comments and the way it's received, but on TikTok, people, I don't know what it is. It's the frequency in the people. You get 95% absolutely people backing you, and a lot less trolls.
Now it's been taken over by Larry Ellison, maybe not.
Well, that's true. But to be honest, all of these things, man, TikTok, Instagram, they're all Satan's apps. It's just about using it as much as we can until we need to leave, and then you'll find me in the ether. So
thank you. I will do that, and I'll get my daughter to help me. She'll love that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Let's listen to Santos.
But see, when Christ returns, which means when you and I awake and enough people awaken and we hit critical mass, then that egregore must, by law, universal law, depart. And now is the final stages of those egregore demons ruining, because they want to either rule or ruin. There's only one philosophy, rule or ruin. And they've been doing that for since 1776, since the Illuminati were founded, and the Constitution with the Bill of Rights and Articles of Confederation were constituted by the United States of America. And the reason was because 3 years prior, in 1773, Pope Clement XIII, he outlawed the Jesuits. So America, in 3 years, without the Jesuits, they managed to get a Constitution, Bill of Rights, Articles of Confederation. They got a republic set up. And then guess what? At the very same time that they launched this new republic, the Illuminati were founded in 1776. And since then, they've been using CERN-type technology to cause mud floods, melting of buildings. You can see all bricks melted. You can see mountains were once buildings. You can see that they made deserts. The Sahara Desert 200 years ago was a tropical lush forest. There were no deserts a couple hundred years ago. All those cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, they were there for thousands of years. Again, they used ancient technology, which they've always had, these elite families, and they used that technology to absolutely obliterate Tartaria. Now, listen to that word, Arya. You see, the Aryans, we are all Aryans. We are the fifth root race. Before the Aryans were seeded on this earth were the Atlanteans. Before the Atlanteans, the fourth root race, was the third, the Lemurians. Before them were Hyperboreans, the second root race. And before them were the Polarians. Now, the Aryans, we are Aryans, Tartarians. We were destroyed by the Kazarians. The Kazarians destroyed the Tartarians. They did it with technology. The world was full of buildings and parks. Every inch of the world was buildings, massive, glorious, glorious temples and buildings, and they left little bits and pieces. They left Rome, they left Chicago, they left San Francisco. They left those cities because they thought that was enough that they could manage. They melted all the rest and created deserts and herded all the people into the cities. And that's where you had all these orphan trains. And that's why they shipped people from Ireland to Australia, convicts. And then they had migration to the Americas. You know, all the Slavic people went over there. Italians went, Greeks went to there. Mexicans went over there too. And then, you know, when they invaded Mexico, Montezuma was the king of one of the greatest empires that existed. All of these great cities, Mexico, Tepoztlan, Cancun, Acapulco, San Cristobal de las Casas, San Miguel de Allende, Querétaro. I've been to all these cities. They're all Tartarian. The Europeans didn't build. They came here to change the flag. They corrupted Montezuma and they made a corporate takeover. Just like Klaus Schwab and the UN are trying to do again in this new reset. They don't have to go and invade. There was no invasion of American by Europeans. There was some migration, but all that happened was simple. They went there with their ships and they said, sign this treaty, and let's do commerce and let's have peace between us. But you see, those treaties were all in legalese. And when you use the word peace, that means the opposite, means war. And when you say let's do commerce, that means let us rape your lands, put mines in there and take all the minerals out of the land, and, you know, and oil so we can fund this petrodollar and everything like that. It was a corporate takeover. That's all it was. They didn't build any of those buildings. None of those old buildings in San Francisco were built by any Europeans. They were there for thousands of years. It's easy to prove. That area of Russia, China, that Asian area there was like the last maps that we have, Tartaria, are sort of centered around there. But the whole world was just known as the Aryan civilization. Tartarian, it still comes from the Aryan people. And the Aryan people are superior to the Atlanteans. We are superior to the Hyperboreans and the Lemurians and the Polarians. We are the last ones. We are the ones that are now completing the cycle and going back to our godship. We're going back to be gods, which we are. But it's very important when if you say that you are God, which you are, it's very important to say that you are God with difference.
Yeah, so that's it really.
Well, by the way, a lot of people are asking where they can view that actual film. I don't know if you actually know the name of the YouTube link or BitChute link, or if I can give your Facebook out and people can just follow you.
Oh yeah, I need to get a page.
Yeah, it's not like your private page, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I need to get I don't have a. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you know what the name of that video was at all? Maybe just so people.
Yes.
And if not, by the way, guys, this will go on my YouTube today. This video, yeah, so you can rewatch that. It's
by Santos Bonacci. and it's called "This is the Best Kept Secret in the Entire World." But I'm not sure. Is that going to help?
That
If
might help.
people,
So it'll help people be able to find it from that. Yeah, that's enough information for now. Santos Bonacci, which is Santos Bonacci,
B O N.
Bonacci, something like that. Bonacci.
That's it.
And you said this is the best. Say that again, sister. The name of the title.
Yeah, this is the best kept secret in the entire world! Exclamation mark.
Yeah, man. Okay, incredible. I mean, I'm definitely a Tartarian. Like, whenever I'm walking around, like, in my heart, I believe that's the truth. And when I'm walking around these old ancient buildings,
Yeah.
it's just like, how in the blood clot did they do this hundreds of
Look
years
how
ago?
they, the domes. It's all to the energy.
Well, it's all ethereal weapons. Well, not weapons. They were actually beautiful tools, in order to distribute free energy and, Nikola Tesla vibes. Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
great energy. But
yeah.
I was trying to teach my daughter. We went on the Gaza March, and I was showing her London, and I was like, look up, look at that. There's no way that was built the way they said. So
Yeah. Well, Caroline,
yeah,
I'm definitely down to, to do another deep dive. Yeah, you've
yeah,
you've blown me away with your knowledge and the way that you've been able to tie this together. And I think there's many people, especially from your generation and stuff, that sometimes you need to take someone's hand and take them on that journey. And you've managed to do that beautifully today. So thank you. And I'll get this on YouTube today and make some micro content for social media. And let's get going, man. I'll make you a collaborator. You're gonna get a lot of followers instantly. So like, let's do it.
ooh, yeah, excellent. That's what I just want to share the message of hope and empowerment. And I'm compelled to do this. And that's what we're about. We need to be united here.
Yeah. And if you feel confident enough soon, we do a lot of events. I've got an event in and I think next two Saturdays, October the 18th. And if anyone wants to know about that, send me a message. But October the 18th, I've got an event called Pathways to a New Paradigm. I'm booked out on this one, but I'd love to have you speak on our stage, maybe, in London in the future, because ordinary voices need to be heard. I'm just an ordinary person. I'm not no big famous person or author, but it's within the authentic.
We're all powerful.
We are all powerful, but and it's time for the ordinary people to take back their power and to start to realize we are the gods and the goddesses, and we can use our voice to help change the world.
Yeah, we must, because if we don't, they will. So
yeah. All right then, sister. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure, and I'll be in contact over the next hour or two and just let you know it's all uploaded and stuff. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for drawing me to do this. I'm really happy we did it.
I'm so pleased. Thank you.
All right, Queen. I'll see you soon.